Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Devanshu Bhawa, and I am working as a customization specialist at Logo Business Solution. Today, in this webcast, we will be doing training about our customization tool that is called Logo Platform Tailor (LPT), which is a customization tool for our ERP application called Jaguar. And before starting into the technical part of the training as per our schedule, I am planning to present this brief introduction about what is LPT about. Okay, so first introduction, I want to give it about the team that is working behind this LPT environment in Logo Business Solution. So we have a team of customization development, and this team is responsible for customization tool development, and they are generally into giving the support to our solution partners and also giving support to all the customers, and there are many support links that we are working with. For example, we have Wikidocs that is developed by our customization tool development team, which is a document in which you will find all the documents about right from your introduction to the platform, to installation, to working of the platform, and everything is working step by step. We have Logo Forum, in which we make all the questions and answers related to our queries and analyzing about the queries from our solution partners. We add up questions, and even our solution partners can add up questions, and we try to answer in that platform. So it is very conservative kind of platform in which we are trying to communicate with our solution partners and helping each other in the similar kind of problems. Okay, so here in the team, we are developing the suitable trends and focus on customer needs, and we try to do customization according to the needs in the ERP application. For having coming to customization and integration part, let us know what is customization. In customization, it is a study to meet the needs and specific to the organization. It is an adaptation in which we can customize our application according to the customer's need. Why do we need customization and integration? We need customization for transferring the data from past practices, both which works inside and outside the company. We have a privatization of card or logo plugins that we are called as that we import in our ERP applications, which leads to the customization of the application. We will be seeing all these plugins and installation steps in the technical part, which I will do it after this presentation. This is the general Jaguar architecture. This is the general architecture about our application called Jaguar. It is very simple architecture in which it is a multi-tier client-server based architecture. As you can see, here we have client side, here we have the server side, and in the application server we have various business logic handlers, or we can say business process managements, and various things. And in this client side, you can see that we have Java platform, and the platform components are inside the client side. And on the server side, the main thing about Jaguar is that it is platform independent. It is you can use different types of servers. Like you can make your database in Oracle, you can make your database in SQL, you can make in MySQL, whatever is your choice. It is very easily compatible with each of them. Coming to our next slide, which says LPT, that is Logo Platform Tailor. Logo Platform Tailor, it is generally Eclipse based development platform. It is imported on the Eclipse environment, and we get the plugins of this customization tool LPT when we import our plugins, and when we import our Jaguar set into the Eclipse environment, we get the capabilities of LPT in Eclipse environment. Jaguar ERP libraries and advanced toolset, they are together in this. As I told you, it's a package. When we import the Jaguar set, all the ERP libraries and all the tool sets are inside that package. I will be telling you exactly how to install and where you can find the sets, and we will come back to it later. The very strong feature about LPT is that it is a multi-language, that is multilingual development environment. You can make your customization and you can make your projects in many languages, more than one languages, and it is very easily done, as it has a very strong feature where you can select the languages and you can select more than one languages in which you want to work in your project. It is based on standard Java programming language. It is developed on Java programming language. And in LPT, we have various wizards which will make our development and customization much easier. There are many editors that you can use to design your forms and design your all project and everything. We will see that all practically. Giving an introduction about another powerful tool is called web services and controllers. These are the two most strong features which allows us to communicate between one project to another, and we will be coming back to all these things later on practically. As you can see in this slide, we have LPT adaptation cycle. This is the architecture of our LPT. As I told you before, that LPT is totally based on Eclipse platform, so you can see that it is imported on Eclipse platform, and we have all the Jaguar ERP libraries imported in our set that we will import in Eclipse itself. And you can see here we have a database, and it is very well connected to the database, and you can see here it is all connected to the web as well, so you can create all your web projects in using LPT projects. Okay, this is the main requirements that you need for having LPT in your system or in your Eclipse environment. So what you need is the LPT plugins and the Jaguar set that we will download after this presentation. You need application server, which is Tomcat server, which is itself we have provided inside the Jaguar set that we will download. You need a database, any database. As I told you, it is independent. You can use any database, Oracle, MySQL, or MS SQL. You need a JDK, latest version or 1.7 version, whatever you want, and a Jaguar set. This is the development kit, and we will be downloading this very soon. This is our LPT project lifecycle. In this project lifecycle, it is shown that how we're gonna proceed with development of our project. First step is the development. Second step is first step is the installations, and we will install the LPT environment in our Eclipse platform, and then we will be coming to the development. And in the development, we will use our various wizards and various editors to design the project. We will come to all these steps when we are developing a project. This is definitions, trees, profiles, and integration tools. I'm sure you're curious about what all these things about, but you will understand it much better when we will come to developing the project. So let's jump to our application. So I will start first of all with installation of LPT. Now to start with installation of LPT, I would suggest you to first make a folder in your C class. We prefer to have it in the C class because it's better, and because you will come to know later on that if you use the C drive, then you have to you don't have to do any changes in the settings. But if you do any other drive, there are some changes in the settings that you need to make. So C drive is the default drive. So we create a new folder in the C drive. After that, you can go to our FTP link that is called ftp.download.com.tr, and in this link yes, this is called proji.logo.com.tr, and in this link you can install the environment. These are two available environments. As you can see, we have in 32-bit and 64-bit both together. This is our repository where you can download the environments. If you click on 32-bit environment, you will see this easy LPT for customization environment, and it is all the files that you need for your customization. So you can just extract this, download these files in your C drive. I have done this download before just to save time, but you will easily just download these files in the C drive. And if you come to the parent directory, then go to archive, and in archives you will see that we have our source files. So the main things about having Jaguar set, in the Jaguar set, the first thing is our EAR file that you will get in the package, and the second thing is the source files that you would be needing, and the third most important thing is our plugins. Plugins, as I told before, that we will be importing it into our Eclipse environment to have the capabilities of LPT in Eclipse. So coming, you can always download the latest version of the Jaguar set here in this repository, in this parent directory, and if you download this set, you will see this LPT plugins is already inside this package. This is the source files that you will be needing. So if you download all these things, it will look like this. I've already downloaded these things for you in our C drive, and this is the package. This is the whole package. If you open this package, you will see that we have a workspace that is already defined for our all the projects that we need to make in using LPT environment. And if you open Eclipse, it's already installed. The Eclipse is already installed in the package. You have an exe file to run the Eclipse environment, and in Eclipse, like, we downloaded this file. These are the 4 plugins that we have changed in our environment, and let me show you one thing. If we go to our save sets here and we open this, this will be the whole package when you download. What you need to do is just extract these files, you will get this RAR file when you download from the browser, and in this RAR file, in the zip file, you will get all these 4 plugins that you need when you extract this, and these are our source files. This is the EAR file, which is the main file for our Jaguar environment that you will import later on in the platform. So for the first step we can do is we can import our plugins. we simply copy these plugins and we go to our easy LPT environment that we opened just before, this environment, and in this, if you open Eclipse, you will see plugins. In this plugins, if there is any plugins before, this is for upgrade of the set, but when you do it for the first time, you won't see any plugins. So what you need to do, you can simply just remove these plugins and paste your new plugins when you are upgrading your set. But note, there is one very important note, that the plugins don't have to be of the same version as your EAR version. So if your EAR version is, suppose as I downloaded here, is 45.13.0, so it's not important that you have to have the same version for your plugins as well. Okay, so for version upgrade or changing the plugins, we will come back to it later. Now what you need to do is copy your source files. When you copy your source files, these are your source files, just copy them, and we will go back to our easy LPT environment, and you will see a folder called rec files. In this rec files, this is where you will be pasting your source files. Okay, so coming after copying your plugins and the rec files, you have to go to your Eclipse environment. You can run your Eclipse environment from here. You don't need to install anything, everything is inside the package. So here you can find the run LPT. So just click on this and run your environment. It might take a bit. Okay, so as you see here, we have our Eclipse environment. Okay, so the next step you have to do is import your EAR file. The EAR file that we have downloaded in the package. This is the most important file that will get the all the features of Jaguar and LPT in the Eclipse environment. So what we need to do, I've imported this file, but I will show you the step. Just right click on the Project Explorer, go to Import, and you will see here EAR file under Java EE. If you go to EAR file, click Next, browse the EAR file where you have saved it. I have saved it inside okay, so here is my EAR file. I'm importing this file here. It takes like some seconds or a minute. EAR is our project file. We can say as our ERP project file. Okay, so you can see here that our EAR file has been imported, and you will see even the Jaguar version in which this EAR file is from. Just click Next, Next, and you have it because we already have this file here, logo, so it is giving an error. So you just click next, next, and finish, and you will have it imported in your project explorer. Okay. So now, if you remember, you had one folder called source folder. So, and we have imported all the source in our source folder. So now to have that source in our Eclipse environment, what we need to do is that select the logo folder, logo project, and then go to LPT, go to prepare Jaguar workspace. Okay, and you will see to browse option. In the browse option, you can browse where you have saved your the source files. So I go to my easy LPT platform, and I have saved my source files in the rec folder. So I will select the rec folder, and I will say it OK. OK, and operation has been completed. You can see this message, and you will press OK, and all these sources will be included in your Eclipse platform. Now what you have to do is, whenever you make any changes in the source, you should refresh your logo project. Let the refresh be finished. Okay. So if you remember in the presentation, I told you that the most important things that we need is our LPT environment, that we already got this feature here. Now after importing our plugins and all the Jaguar set into our Eclipse environment, we get this feature called called LPT. And what else we need is let's come with the JDK version. Let's check the JDK version in the application. So for that, we should go to Windows, and we should go to Preferences. In the Preferences, you will see Java. In this Java, you will see all the installed JRE. It is by default, it will come automatically. Sometimes if you want to change the path of your if you have installed your Java or JDK in some another path than default path, that's why I said that we prefer to import our easy LPT profile in C, because if you do that, then it will be by default set this location. It will read this location. But if you import it in some other drive, then you have to add from here next, and you can select your directory, and you can select your Java, and you can set the default VM arguments and everything that you want to perform. But if you open this, you will see this settings has been already installed for you. Like if you install it in your C drive, then you will get all these settings by default. You don't have to make any changes in there. Okay, now the next step we can do is look our server. We need a server for our to deploy our projects, right? So now what we have to do is we can check from Windows Preferences, and in Windows and Preferences you will see server. In the server you will see this Tomcat, Apache Tomcat 7, which is already been installed for you by default. So we will be using the same version of this. We didn't install any Tomcat version in this. But in case, as I told you, that if you have another directory, then you can add your Tomcat from here. You can browse that and you can add your server from here and you can use that server. And what we need to do now is, the main step is just right click on the server. We have add and remove. In this add and remove feature, what we have is our logo project. Okay, we have this logo, and in this logo we have to add all of them so that we have that in our server. Click finish and it's added in the server. Okay, for every project, having a database is very important, so we can create a new database also. I am using SQL Server Management and SQL Server 2012. Okay, and in this you will see databases. In the database, what you have to do is just add a new database. Okay, that will connect our application server. Okay, so you can name it anything, maybe test for training, and you can click add to add more database files, and just click you click on new database, you click test for training, and you click OK, and your database is created. Now what we have to do is include this database configurations into our Eclipse environment. So we need to make a connection configuration in Eclipse, right? So we have two ways to do that in Eclipse environment, and first we can do is go to our server client. For that, what you need to do is run your server in the debug mode. And if you don't want to do that, and if you want to do it like using the XML file directly, then you can just press Ctrl+Shift+R and you can go to db connection. If you write db, you will get this db connection.xml file. Okay, this is encrypted because our server is running right now, so we should stop this. And by default, when you make a new project and make a new database, and when you try to import that configuration settings, you will be getting by default something like this. Let me import this file for you. Okay, so you will be getting something like this. This is our db connection underscore sample. Okay, so in this, what we need to do is write all the configurations that we have in our SQL server that we logged in, and what is our database name and everything, so that we have a connection between the database and our Eclipse. So what we are doing here is writing the server name. My server name was okay, database name. Let's come to database name. What is the database that you were using? It's called test for training. Let's use this database called test, small letters, test for training. Okay, SA was my, okay, it was my username, and I'm using this password. Okay, so I will save this. Now after saving this, what you need to do is you have to change the name of this XML file to dbconnection.xml. If you don't change this name, if you use this sample, it will not read the file. So it might give you an error for that. So make sure that you refactor and rename the XML file. Just remove this sample and just keep it as dbconnection.xml. And here you go, your connection has been made. Now to confirm this, if your connection is alright or not, and to test your connection settings, what we have is it's called server client. We will be going to our server client, but for that we need to run our server first. So let's wait till it starts. Okay, so our server has started. Now what we have is debug configuration. In this debug configuration, you will see that we have server client. Let's look for server client, server admin client, right? So we need to run this. As you see, when you click from a debug configuration, it comes in the list, like whatever things that you will use from the debug configuration, it will come on the top for your easy process, so that you can directly select it from select it again if you want to open that. There is some problem in this, just a second, sorry. And in this we are debugging the file. Okay, the server is running. Sorry for this, just a minute, maybe there is some. Okay, before starting this, maybe we need to first create the definition jars. What are definition jars? Definition jars are the all the jars that have all the update about the new versions of our Jaguar. So as we have imported this version right now, so we might need to create this definition jars, which are very important, which will get all the capabilities of the new features of the new set in our Jaguar. So what we need to do first is open the browser, go to our status page is called localhost 8080 is the same as you can see as our server. If you double click on this, you will see it's 8090. So you have to make sure that the port number is same that you are using in your browser. So if you use 8080 as I was about to use, it will give you an error. Okay, so just make sure that this port number is same. So I will change this port number to 90. Yeah, like if you don't see this server thing here in your views, then what you can do is you can always get this. Probably you might be knowing this already, but I would like to mention this. If you go to Windows and if you go to show view, you will get this. You can select whatever you want to see in your show view. You can select the console, you can select the server, you can select debug, and it will show you here for your convenience. Okay, so it has opened our status page, and by default our password is admin logo. So as you see, this is our status page, and in this status page you will find in customization create definitions. What it's doing, it's creating all the definition jars for you, and which will be copied into the Eclipse environment automatically, and it will give you all the new jars that you would need to run your Jaguar application properly. So what we do is create definitions. It might take a minute or so. What we're trying to do now is we're trying to get into the application through server admin client and our admin client. So here it's still in process. Okay, now you can see that all our definition jars has been saved into the profile. So now what we need to do is go back to Eclipse, and we should restart our server. Okay, so our server has been restarted. Now let's try to get into the server admin client. We have added this already. You can make this auto reload disabled. Or it doesn't matter if you even keep it as enabled, but just for having auto reload so that it doesn't reload automatically, so you can make it disabled. There is some problem coming with the set, Jaguar set, I suppose. So just give me 2 minutes for this. I'll be back with the new set.